Well, hello, you guys. Jay here. Welcome back to my channel. Back in a flash, a direct continuation of last week's video when I did my primary closet and then the rest of my house kind of went to crap. So we are downstairs and sorting all that out. This was the week before I went on my little birthday trip. My birthday was at the end of March and I just went out of town for a few days. So we'll recap that, but I couldn't leave with the house like this. So of course I started with my piled up laundry because it was taking over my couch. That is currently the situation now, 2 weeks later again, but we'll talk about that in another 2 weeks, I guess. But to start off, I am just getting this laundry taken care of. I hope that you all are good, happy, healthy, starting to enjoy the change of seasons. The allergies, my goodness. The allergies, the pollen, the dust, it's all here. Right back again. Who knew that it would come back another spring like it does every spring? Who really knew? But thank you so much for taking the time to click on my video. I hope you enjoy it and let's get started. Oh, how was my trip? Thank you for asking. I went to Chicago. So my goal is to see all of the major cities in the US. So I picked somewhere that was relatively close. It's only a 2-hour flight from BWI, Baltimore, which is great. I love flying out of Baltimore. I used to always drive down to Virginia, but that's so annoying. And then I got to drive home when I'm tired. So I just go to Baltimore. It's closer to me and I really enjoy flying out of that airport. Anyway, I picked Chicago because it was relatively close. I'd never been. And I was like, why not? I'm pretty impulsive when it comes to traveling, which is not the best in our current climate. You can't just get on a plane and go somewhere. The prices are absolutely crazy. And you don't know what's going on in that city. You don't know if there's military presence or whatever. There's just a lot going on. So I don't seem to think about those things, but it was great. Chicago was really great. Cold, definitely cold. I knew it was called the Windy City for a multitude of reasons, but I stayed on Michigan Avenue, so Magnificent Mile or Mag Mile. It's a really great shopping area and they have so many incredible stores. It was kind of like every mall we have here in the whole DMV on one block or several blocks, but you get what I'm saying. They were all together. So I stayed right there, which is right off of the Chicago River. I, for some reason, did not think that it would be colder near the river. I guess I wasn't thinking. I was freezing. Oh my gosh. It was so cold. I even looked at the weather and for one of the days it was going to be over 70. And I was like, wow, this is amazing. What? The high I think was 58 and it was freezing. But luckily I did pack appropriately. So I packed a lighter coat that I wore on the flight there. And then I did pack a heavier coat, which thank goodness. I only went for 4 days. So I had a lot of room in my suitcase for coats and sweaters and yeah, I did have to buy a hat and gloves when I got there because I forgot mine. I keep my hat and gloves right by the front door and I told myself before I left, pick up a hat and gloves. And of course, I forgot. I didn't forget anything else, but I forgot that. But luckily, I was right off of so much shopping that I just popped into Nordstrom Rack and picked that up. But yeah, Chicago was really cool. And I did do a lot of touristy stuff. I went to the Field Museum. I went to the Frank Lloyd Wright Museum. That was probably the highlight of the trip. That was incredible. It was so cool to see the homes he's designed and it was just really great. I would love to do a Frank Lloyd Wright tour in California. I know he and his son designed some buildings out there and it would be really interesting to look into the architecture students that he taught. If you don't know, he's a very famous architect and our tour guide referred to him as a genius. And after going through the tour, I really think that was true. Maybe not in all aspects of his life, but as far as designing and implementing and reworking designs to make his homes better, definitely a genius. So I did that. And of course, lots of shopping, lots of walking around. And I was really good. It was nice to do something somewhere else. That's really what I wanted. I just wanted to do something somewhere else. I will say it was not a relaxing vacation in the slightest. I came back very frazzled, very stressed out because every day I had planned to do something fun. So I want to go to a museum, do a tour, visit a historic landmark. I did the riverboat tour, the architecture tour, where you get on a boat and you go out on the Chicago River. So every day I had planned something, and then after I did my plan, I would go walk around shopping. So it was quite busy. When I came home, I took an additional 2 days off, Monday, Tuesday. Monday, I definitely was feeling all that cold air in my chest and my throat. So I was glad I took Monday off. And then Tuesday was when I really got to reset and relax. And I came home to a clean house. I did all this right before I left. So very, very, very grateful to my past self for cleaning up so I could just come home and kind of decompress and reflect on my trip and enjoy all the things I bought and just kind of, relax and reset back to normal. I'm not gonna lie, my suitcase just got unpacked yesterday. It's a week since I've been back, so it is currently April 5th, and I just unpacked yesterday. Now, the suitcase is still on the floor by the door, but all the dirty clothes are in my dirty clothes bin. But that's just how life is sometimes. Getting back into work it wasn't a bad week because it was only 3 days long, and if I didn't have my coworkers to BS with, I'm telling you, I wouldn't make it. I just don't think even my great pay, like, it would not be enough. But in the news, they just did a bunch of Oracle layoffs. Horrible, horrible thing. People were laid off with really no notice, no warning. After the company just announced billion-dollar profits last quarter, something crazy, and a huge amount of employees now with no job. So it kind of puts into perspective the fact that I need to stay put because that is my industry. I work in the tech industry. I don't talk about it a lot, for privacy reasons, but that stuff is scary. But how much do you let it frighten you to staying in your comfort zone? But maybe I just need to find things at work, maybe a new team or something. We'll see what happens. But yeah, getting back into work was okay. And then seeing the layoffs, I was like, wow. Thank God I had a job to go back to, because when my company has done layoffs in the past, luckily I was spared, but there were some women on maternity leave who got laid off. Can you imagine going on maternity leave or just going on any leave of some kind and you find out while you're on vacation that you no longer have employment? That's horrifying. But my company did offer a pretty good severance. Again, I'm grateful to still be employed, but yeah, coming back wasn't as bad as I thought it would be, but I'm tired. I'm tired. I think we're all tired. And then the allergies are starting to ramp up. The weather here has been so weird. We keep having these 80-degree days, but then the next day at night, it'll still drop all the way down to 35. So it's been hard to figure out what to do with my lawn that, if you've been here, it isn't just a perpetual state of mess. Weeds, crabgrass, vines. It's just a whole mess out there. But I said this was going to be the year of the outdoor space. But the soil temperature has not been above 55 degrees for 3 days. And I think this past weekend it got there because I did put out one pre-emergent and then the temperature dropped back down. So I'm like, well, did the pre-emergent work? Do I got to go back out there? So I think for my backyard, at least, I'm just going to pay people to come in and clean it up to really pull down all of those vines. I have like vines going up the side of my shed, which is like half dilapidated. But when I have some more money next month, at the end of April, early May, I'm going to try to find people to come out and just do the work for me. Instead of spending all my money on purses, I could be spending it on my home. You know what I mean? I'm just working with the same pot of money, but I'm trying to be smarter. I'm very happy with all of the material items I've accumulated. I did a lot of shopping on my birthday and I got some beautiful stuff. I'm very happy with it, but now I need to focus on not just saving, but redistributing my money in just smarter ways, because I'm still going to spend it, but I can definitely spend it smarter. So anyway, yeah, that's a little update, a lot of chatting. And here in the video, we finished the living room. That took a long time. That laundry took a while. And now we're upstairs in my gross bathroom that I never show you guys because I'm kind of embarrassed because it's like halfway done. When I moved in, it was blue. It was disgusting. And I ripped out the vanity cabinet and the wooden falling apart toilet paper dispenser. That's how long it had been since the house was renovated up here. There was a wooden toilet paper dispenser. So I took that out and I patched a bunch of holes in the walls, replaced the vanity. I did the tile flooring. I had somebody come in and refinish the shower tub, which I had already cleaned before this video. But yeah, it just doesn't look the best up here, but this is real life. So I use this bathroom now as my primary bathroom. I use it every day. I'm lucky to have it, but I don't show it because it's ugly, but we had to clean it. I had to get that vanity and that toilet and the floor cleaned because it desperately needed it. So a space I have been just slowly working on as I get the time and the money is my garage space. So my garage is closed in. I usually call it my storage room, but it's where a normal person would have a garage. A lot of single family homes in my area years ago, they did this to just add more interior space, more living space to their house. They converted the garage. Personally, I do like having it because I'm afraid of my attics, but I wish I had a garage. So it would be nice when the weather is inclement to just pull into the garage, but I get, pros and cons to everything. But I've been slowly working on that space, and it's where I keep all my cleaning supplies. So I've been purchasing these tall cabinets from Amazon. I bought one to have a second pantry, which has been incredible. And then so far I've purchased 2 other ones to put my cleaning supplies in. And it's been so nice just seeing all the hoard of cleaning supplies that I've accumulated. It's just been so easy now to go and shop my stash. Because before I had cabinets, but they were the countertop height. So I would have to bend down, shuffle through, see what I have. But now that the cabinets are taller, I pretty much just open them and I can see everything in there. So that has helped me not hoard cleaning supplies anymore. I just go shop my stash, which is also really fun. A part of me likes having a hoard, which I'm sure you could tell that by all the stuff I accumulate. I kind of like having a little store in my own house. And I was like this pre-COVID. So when COVID happened, I was very grateful for my slight hoarding tendencies because I didn't have to fight nobody in the store for Clorox wipes. I already had a 6-pack at the house. So that was great. And then in here to clean the floors, because it's such a small room, I just use Microban. Of course, after I clean the vanity and then the toilet, I got a new microfiber cloth and I just hand clean the floors with whatever cleaner I'm using. So in this case, it was the Microban, another product that was in my hoard that now I'm getting some really good use out of. This was actually the night before that I left. The living room, for some reason, it had gotten a little out of hand. Typically, I spend a lot of my time in this room. I would say most of the time in the house, I'm stuck on this couch. Is there a thing as a couch that's too comfortable? Because this couch is, I think, a little too comfortable. It's too easy for me to sink into the corner, and I just spend way too much time doing that instead of being productive. But I had come home, I'd gone to the gym, come home, and I wanted to clean it up because obviously I didn't want to come home to this mess. But yeah, it usually doesn't get like this in here, but I just let it get a little out of hand, I guess. And I'm using that same Microban cleaner downstairs. Got to get those crumbs out of the couch. I need to paint the baseboards in here. I keep saying it and then I just forget. Are you like that too? Do you have a mental to-do list that you actually forget about? I know that there are things that I just put off, right? I think about them and I just tell myself another day, another time. But when it comes to a lot of tasks, I genuinely forget. It's as if the idea is new to me every time I see the space. I'm like, oh yeah, I have to do that. So I don't know what that's about, but there are a few little things I want to do in here as we get through the summer and it gets too hot for me to be outside, because I'm a cool weather girly. I am not a hot weather girly. My body does not do well in the heat. I've said this before, but I had like a case of heat stroke years and years and years ago. And from that, I think that once you have some sort of heat emergency, your body just doesn't do well in the heat going forward. Maybe that's mental, but I just get sick in the heat so fast. I like to just stay inside, and I'm fine paying my high electric bill for the AC. Totally, totally worth it. If you've been here for a while, you'll remember when I was a candle hoarder. I've gotten that under control. Surprisingly, it's been under control for a while too. I'm proud of that. I've just been focusing on using the candles I have because I don't have time to be babysitting no candle. And of course I have wax melts. I can melt down my candles into wax melts. I can put them on the candle warmer. I don't know. My time is better spent doing other things. So my house lately has not been smelling as good as she usually does. Even wallflower plugins, I just can't be bothered lately. I wonder when the tides will turn and I'll come back to home fragrance, because it's been a couple years now. It's been a couple seasons that I keep saying one day I'll get back into it and not really getting back into it. But I did go to Bath & Body Works. Every now and then they have a killer sale plus a 25% off coupon that I can't resist. So I did pick up some new candles, and here I am lighting Blueberry Bellini. And it's a really nice candle, actually. Very strong. If you're not into super strong scents, it will definitely overwhelm you, but I enjoyed it. And this is literally the morning of my trip. I went into the office before leaving. I had a later flight, like later in the afternoon. And this morning I was like, I have to mop the kitchen floor. I don't know, my brain lately has been so crazy, but I got it in my head, like, I have to mop the floor. And of course, I can't just mop the floor. I gotta do the counters and make sure there's no dishes on the sink, make sure the dishwasher's going. So yeah, this was right after I took my shower, did my hair, got dressed. Here's me mopping the floors before I left. I only left the house 10 minutes late. I was very proud of that. And I used my steam mop in here. I love the steam mop. It's so good. I forget about her. It used to be my bathroom mop, but on any sort of tile surface, it's great. It's a really good, and now they have really fancy steam mops. I was looking at I think it's the Bissell one that has, or no, it's the Shark one that has the two rotating heads. I almost bought it. But why? I have one right here that works just fine. I did recently pick up a new O-Cedar mop because the spin mop is not doing it for me. I wash the mop heads after every use. They don't feel like they're clean. They get hair in them. I don't know. The spin mop is not doing it for me. So I picked up the O-Cedar, the flat mop system. So it still has the two bucket system, but it's flat. It looks to be the same mop that I use upstairs in my bedroom, except this one has a bucket and you kind of put it in and it like sucks the extra water off the pad. I don't know. We're going to try it out together in my next video next week, but I did get the floor cleaned as crazy as it was, and I did make my flight. Had a wonderful trip. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I know I talked your ear off, but I enjoyed my time with you, and I hope to see you again soon.